Scientology doesn't fit that definition. The church, the creed, sorry, that looks like a bona fide religion. The Sea Org, on the other hand, wearing uniforms, captains, commanders, lieutenants, chief petty officers, musters standing at attention, roll calls, living in barracks, cutting off all media, no TV, no newspapers, no books on anti-Scientology, no books on anti-anything, no books on psychiatry, no phone calls to the outside, no civilian contact in our offices. That is a cult. And when people finally dawn on the horrible truth that Scientology is not thankful to the SEAL for making it successful, but that Scientology is in control because a cult controls Scientology. And when you can make that differentiation, you can finally see it for what it is. This staff member in the local organisation around here, this public Scientologist, this pretty average Joe Schmo guy, he wants to help. He really does. This is why we were all there. But what happens is when you join the SEA organisation, it becomes ultimately complex, and you realise you are in a cult now. It's not an upgrade of a staff member. It's something different. It's not the next level from a staff member. It's something different. You are part of a cult. You have unorthodox training, you have unorthodox requests, unorthodox policies, unorthodox living conditions, weird rules, ceremonies that make no sense. The list is endless. That's your cult, and that's what we have to destroy. Because Scientology, the SEAL keep using Scientology. Every time we attack Scientology, they keep going, you're a religious, intolerant person. The reality is, you should be targeting the SEAL because they stand for everything that is a cult and nothing to do with religion. So when people say attack Scientology, I say, let that guy out there think what he wants to think and believe. The target is the SEAL. They are the cult. They have the policies that actually instruct disconnection, RPFing people, and infiltrating enemy networks and everything to do with paranoia. This is not part of the average Scientologist. You can't tell me 1,000 people doing a student hat would really be a disaster. But 1,000 people being in the SEAL, doing a basic SEAL member hat, now that's a disaster. Do I think Scientology works? Not a chance. Not with keeping Scientology working serious one, or anything else for that matter, because the end result is it just doesn't work in the long run. Okay? You have to be in a Scientology environment for it to work. And even then, it's hairline. And it's all about beliefs and just what you're making up in your head. The art of self-delusion. So within an organisation of Scientology, perhaps it's got some workability. But let's step out into the real world and go out on the stockbroking market or go out to the local nightclub. It's got no application whatsoever. But within that group it does. But I want to reinforce here, the cult is the SEAL. Get governments, write your senators, get your MPs, your members of parliament, look at the SEAL. These are the people that are running the show. For Christ's sakes, they're standing there with caps on, saluting a billion-year contract. Separate this bullshit. This is Scientology. It still doesn't work, but the real cult here is the SEAL and their practices and their horrific policies. And they're the ones that own the trademarks. They're the ones that own Scientology. They own Applied Scholastics. They own Narconon. And they own over 100 other entities that you seemingly think are innocent, and they've got everything to do with control. And the show is over. And the show's only going to be over if people stand up now, put their name on a piece of paper, and send it into their local government. Stop talking about Scientology. Start talking about the SEA organisation. This is the target. These are the crazy, insane people. And understand, the beginning SEAL members are just like staff members in a way. After a couple of years, though, they're goners. They are goners. They don't live in a house, they live in a barracks. They don't have family, they have friends that can be there one day and gone the next. They don't have days off like you and I, or even a normal staff member. So please, the prosecution against Scientologists, yes, they still deserve it, but first target, get rid of this horrific, heinous, above the law cult called the Sea Organisation, which is running rings around governments right now. And they're so powerful, they own a 350-foot boat in the Caribbean called the Free Ones, that they tell the world delivers Scientology, but in fact, the entire operation on the ship is funded out of donations, and its entire purpose is to shift money around the planet. And that's what it does. And that's how you can keep a 350-foot boat operating in the Caribbean. Don't tell me it's from services. The local org struggles enough on a small income. Running a 350-foot ship does not happen on giving a couple of people a week a course on OT8. It's the headquarters of the IAS, the International Association of Scientologists, which is another activity controlled by the Sea Org. So I invite you, write your MPs, talk about the Sea Org now.